There comes a time in life when silence becomes the loudest voice you carry. A time when calm no longer feels like weakness, but like armor. For too long, you have been reacting to every jab, every insult, every manipulation, hiding away your peace as if they had no place. They push your button because they know you will respond, and every response gives them exactly what they want: control. But true power doesn't live in reaction. It begins the moment you stop giving people access to your emotion, the moment you realize you don't owe anyone your peace. Not everyone challenges you is seeking to understand you. Some don't want clarity at all. They thrive in confusion, on stirring chaos, on keeping you entangled in storms that don't belong to you. And if you keep reacting, you're playing their game on their term. That's why you must rise above. Your silence must become sacred. Your calm must transform into sanctuary. Because the strongest version of you isn't the one who shouts back. It is the one who doesn't flinch when provoked. Who walks away without explanation. Not out of fear, not out of mastery. Emotional detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It doesn't mean you grown up or indifferent. It means you finally understand that your well-being cannot depend on how other people treat you. You have been wounded enough times to know that some people will keep pressing your button as long as you let them. Detachment is not coldness, it's wisdom. It's protecting the part of you that breaks when you let someone else decide your worth. You can still love, still support, still show up for people while refusing to be pulled into chaos. You can stand in the presence of someone who once made your heart tremble and remain steady. That is growth, that is strength, that is self-respect discussed as stillness. And sometimes self-respect look like silence, like distance, like walking away from conversation and people who no longer honor your heart. Not every insult deserves your reply. Not every provocation deserves your attention. Not every storm deserves your energy. Emotional detachment grows out of pain. It's what happens when you have been burned yourself too many times by stepping into fire that weren't yours to fight. And while the world may not always reward softness, detachment gives you balance. It becomes your shield in a world that confuses kindness with weakness and compassion with permission. When you detach, you stop chasing closure from people who never intended to give it. You stop defending your truth to people determined to twist it. You stop explaining yourself to those who have already decided not to see you. Instead, you build boundaries. You choose silence. You choose clarity. You choose peace over battles that never yours to fight. This shift doesn't mean you stop feeling. It means you started choosing what and who to feel for. You no longer had out emotional energy like free samples. You stop attending every argument you have been invited to. You stop branding to people who wouldn't hurt your bandage. Emotional detachment is your declaration. My peace matters. My energy has value. And something powerful happens when you practice it. When people try to provoke you and you don't move, they lose their grip. When they expect rage and receive nothing but calm, it unsettles them. They don't know what to do with your silence because silence is unpredictable. It leaves them facing their own chaos without you as the distraction. That's when the power begins to shift. The beauty of emotional discipline is that you no longer need to shout to be heard. You no longer need to argue to prove your worth. Your silence does the speaking. Your calm delivers the message. I'm no longer accessible to your games. And that unsettle people who once thrived in your reaction. Calm doesn't mean emptiness. It's full of strength. It's still the voice inside that you say, I refuse to let your storm shake my ground. It's the ability to breathe when every nerve in you wants to explode. It chooses dignity over dominance, patience over provocation. It's understanding that walking away with your head high is far more powerful than staying and lowering yourself into someone else's chaos. The kind of calm doesn't come easily. It is forged through pain, through betrayal, through sleepless night. When you delay a battle, you lose by leeching. It's built when you realize that lashing out never brought you peace. It's only drained you. Over time, you learn to pause, to breathe, to observe instead of erupt. That pause becomes your superpower. In that brief space between action and reaction, between what you do and how you respond, your entire life can shift. That pause is wisdom. That pause is strength. It is refusal to let someone else's chaos light your story. And the more you practice it, the more you become, the stronger you becomes. At first, it feels unnatural because you have used to defend yourself, firing back, proving your point. But in time, the pause becomes your instinct. It becomes the muscle you have trained to protect your peace. And when people see the version of you, they can no longer provoke. They will call you distant, cold, changed. They deep down, they know the truth. You are no longer the manipulate. You are taken back the power they once had over your emotion. You have become untouchable. Your calm is not weakness, it's evolution. It's your shield, your filter, your sanctuary. It decides who gets access and who doesn't. It clears the noise and makes room for those who match your peace. Calm is not empty, it's full. Full of power, full of strength, full of dignity. When you learn to pause, when you master silence, when you rise above the noise, you discover something priceless. Little freedom. Because freedom doesn't come from controlling others, it comes from mastering others. And the moment you choose your peace over your care of their chaos,